Ever wondered if your job is changing you? I mean, how much of you is really you? We spend a massive chunk of our lives working, so it's no surprise that our jobs don't just fill our schedules, they shape our personalities in ways we might not even notice. From the way we talk to the way we think, our careers leave fingerprints on who we are. And if you think you're immune to it, well, you're probably already shaped more than you realize. It starts small. Certain phrases you pick up, habits you form, the way you approach problems. A lawyer might become more analytical, a nurse, more empathetic, or maybe emotionally guarded. And someone in customer service? They've probably mastered the art of the fake smile. Why does this happen? Well, your job demands specific traits. Over time, those traits stop being something you do and start becoming who you are. Psychologists call this role identity fusion, where your work identity and your personal identity blend. The longer you stay in a field, the harder it is to separate yourself from it. And for better or worse, this fusion reshapes how we see ourselves and how others see us. And sometimes, that's a good thing. Jobs can highlight our best qualities. Creative fields promote adaptability. High-pressure roles build resilience. Your job can push you to develop strengths you didn't know you had. And the pride that comes from being good at something, feeling competent, can be a powerful source of identity. But there's a flip side. When who you are becomes tied to what you do, losing a job can feel like losing a piece of yourself. It's why people struggle with retirement or feel aimless after quitting. If your purpose is connected to your work, what happens when the work is gone? And sometimes, your job forces you into a version of yourself you don't want to be. Ever felt like you're playing a role just to survive at work? Maybe you've had to suppress your thoughts to fit into a corporate culture, or you've become more aggressive to succeed in a competitive field. Over time, that performance can bleed into your personal life, making it harder to remember who you were before the job. Even routine jobs shape us in subtle ways. Repeating the same tasks rewires how we think, whether it's the precision of a surgeon or the patience of a teacher. It's why people in structured environments can struggle with spontaneity. And those in chaotic workplaces? Silence feels unsettling. Leaving a job feels strange. You're not just walking away from a paycheck. You're leaving behind a version of yourself that only existed in that environment. And sometimes, without realizing it, we attach our worth to our work. If you've ever felt like you had to prove yourself through productivity, you know exactly what I mean. Entire industries come with their own personality molds. People in tech develop a move fast, break things mindset, while healthcare workers are shaped by care and urgency. And some industries reward traits like perfectionism or workaholism, shaping you into someone who never stops, even when you want to. If your job shapes who you are, where does the job end and you begin? Are you becoming who you want to be or a product of your environment? It's easy to say, I'm just doing my job. But the truth is, the job is doing something to you too. And maybe that's the scariest part, when you realize how much of your personality isn't really a choice. When your work environment shapes your habits, mindset, and values. When you step back and look at yourself, you start to wonder, is this really who I am? Or is this just who I had to become? For me, on this journey of figuring out who I am, I've been thinking, what happens when you strip away those external labels? If you take away what you do for a living, what's left? If the things we spend our time on shape us, does that mean we're always changing? Or is there a core identity beneath it all waiting to be found? Maybe the real challenge is finding that balance, letting your work refine you without letting it define you. No matter what the world expects, you're more than your job title. And if you're like me, still figuring it out, maybe the job is just one chapter in a bigger story. If your work shapes you, shouldn't you have a say in how that happens? Maybe the real power lies in being aware of it, knowing that every day, in every role, you have a choice in how much of yourself you give away. And the more aware we are of how these forces work, the more we can shape ourselves on our terms. And hey, This channel is part of that story for me. Every subscriber milestone, I reveal more of who I am. And as I peel back the layers, one thing is clear. There's more to us than the roles we play. So if you're ready to question what's shaping you, stick around. Because this is just the beginning.